X-Wings and Dogfights, Corran and Jedi, Yuuzhan Vong and Rogue Squadron. Stackpole has written 8 Star Wars books, those being Rogue Squadron, Wedge's Gamble, The Krytos Trap, The Back to War, Isard's Revenge, I, Jedi, and the Dark Tide duology of New Jedi Order. Which one is my favorite? Let's find out, shall we? But first, what's going on, guys? I'm the Walrus Jedi, and welcome to another author ranking. If you like these rankings, then please consider liking and subscribing and hitting the notification bell. And without further ado, number 8, Isard's Revenge. What I didn't like, the fact that there is a clone of Yuuzhan Isard. I didn't feel like we needed more clones. I felt like, that was what we got in the Thrawn trilogy was plenty. And because both the real Isard and the clone one are in this book. So Isard survived from the Back to War. So you get both, and I wish you would have just picked one or the other. A few good things. I really love the cover. This is my favorite cover of the X-Wing novels. And as always, the characters are fantastic. I love spending time with these characters. That goes for any X-Wing book. It's just a fantastic book. But, something has to be number 8. And this is what I have chosen. 7. The Krytos Trap. This book, you have the Krytos virus that Isard basically leaves behind on Coruscant as the Empire kind of leaves. So a bunch of alien species gets, I believe it's like Mon Calamari, or is it mammalian? So like Bothans and things like. I can't exactly remember, but anyways, the rebellion has to deal with a plague outbreak basically while trying to take over Coruscant, so that's nice. All the while, they have to do Tycho Selchu's trial because he's accused of basically being an Imperial spy, so you deal with that. It's really great. A really great book. I really enjoyed it. The trial was fun. Something different. And that's what I love about each of these Rogue Squadron books, that it's something different. It's not the exact same. All they're doing is just going on some X-Wing mission. They're very different missions in each one. 6. The Back to War. And this is where the rogues, they leave the rebellion to do what needs to be done, as the rebellion won't sanction an attack, what they need to do. So the rogues kind of go rogue. They go to Thifera, the world that produces Bacta, and take out, because that's where Isard has set up a new, I guess you could say, base. And basically they take her out there. So, really great book. 5. Dark Tide 2 Ruin. I felt that this book is weaker than Dark Tide 1 Onslaught, just because I felt like there was a lot of really great moments in the first one, but for this, my favorite part, I think, was the duel. I think that was really good. Oh, and, Corran Horn's mission with Ganner and that. I'm liking their dynamic. I think that's really good. So, yeah, I really enjoyed this book. 4 is Wedge's Gamble. And this is the book where they actually implement the mission that they take Coruscant. And it's kind of more of a stealth mission for the rogues. So, yeah, a really great book. As always, characters are fantastic. And yeah, I love the characters in the story for this book. It's great. 3. Rogue Squadron. And this is where we're introduced to the new Rogue Squadron, as it kind of had been disbanded before this book. So, yeah, and, you're introduced to Corran Horn, who is a pretty important character in the EU going forward. Fantastic. And the battles, the actual dogfights and that, they're well written. Sometimes you can get kind of bored reading, at least for me, reading space fights. They can get a little boring depending on how they're written. But usually Michael Stackpole does a pretty good job of making them engaging enough to read them. so that's good. Number 2, Dark Tide 1 Onslaught. This, again, it's a nice continuation of the Yuuzhan Vong War. You get lots of good Jedi moments. And, Corran Horn, Corran Horn is probably one of my favorite characters, not from the movies. Any book that features Corran Horn, at least some, I'm going to probably like a lot. And all of these books have Corran Horn in them quite a bit. He's at least a main character in, I believe, all of them. So all of these books are fantastic. So, yeah. But as for Onslaught, yeah, I love this book. So far, this is my favorite of the new Jedi Order. Of course, that isn't saying very much because I've only read 3. And my favorite Michael Stackpole Star Wars novel is I, Jedi. I look at this book as kind of a book that has 2 halves. The first half tells the tale of Corran Horn going to Luke's Jedi Praxium and, developing his Jedi skills. That's set during the Jedi Academy trilogy. So you could look at the first half as kind of like a summary and kind of an abridged version of the major things that happen in that trilogy, but with Corran Horn's perspective. So I enjoyed that. But the second half, Corran Horn goes on an adventure to save his wife Merax, and that there's some really good stuff in that. I really enjoyed that book a lot. It's a really good book. So yeah, that's why I really enjoyed both stories in this book, but I obviously prefer the second one. But yeah, so all right. Well, let me know what you thought of my ranking and what is your ranking of these books if you've read them. Feel free to share in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and until next time, thanks for watching.